The mystery of profit making is about to be solved. I'm your host, Mulder Ranger, and in today's episode of Market Watch, I will quickly go over a little strategy that, if executed correctly, would always profit you. In the Discord, we had some changes, and the whale platoon, or the trading floor, is now the place where I will be sharing my setups. Yesterday, I posted a setup saying that we're about to see an explosive move. Maybe not that explosive, but nevertheless a move that was brewing on the charts, and it played out perfectly. Now I want to show you some sniper shit over here. This was posted to the trading floor, and if you guys took the trade, then congratulations. I have two conditionals over here. This is the reason why I tell people to trade with two accounts, is because we want to make sure that we catch the wave both ways. Now, this is the most uncertain triangle of all triangles. We don't know whether it's going up or down. We're playing probability. But let's say you long right in the middle over here. I don't know if you can see. Can you see my cursor? Hold on a second. I want to make sure you guys can see my cursor, because I'm not sure if I'm pointing at the right thing here or not. What is this? Browser? Okay. The cursor was not there. I knew it. Okay, so there we go. Can you see the cursor now? So right over here, some people, what they do is, the most unwise thing would be to just long or short on a hunch, on a feeling, on your gut feeling, saying that, okay, from here I think that we will continue up, as this is a descending wedge of sorts over here, even though there's no pole, but it might appear as one. Or if you're biased towards the chart and you want to see what you want to see, you will certainly consider that this could extend to the upside. Now, we only plan for probabilities, and in this case, had we broken out of this red line that I drew over here, I said that we should immediately long. Now, how do you make sure that this happens without babysitting the charts, for example? Let's switch up the music a little bit. We're not going to spend too much time here, but I just wanted to say this. And we never pierced above this. We kept falling, and as soon as we came back down my conditional red line over here, I said that you should have your short placed if we fall out of this triangle. And when we did fall out of it, that we would make a move all the way down to 11,441. And we did. We actually came down to these levels. 11,400. Let me blow your mind real quick. $11,440, I think. This is the lowest point that the wick touched. All right, so I would say that's pretty damn precise. Now here's how the double sword strategy works, is when I tell you, or if you can spot it yourself, if you can have a setup like this and find your support resistance levels, you place your conditional buy order, market order above this line or at this line with a stop loss in the opposite direction over this line, and you place your sell order to go into the short when we fall down below here, so just at this line or below this line with a stop loss above it. So if the price goes up, you will catch this trade and it will take you all the way to infinity, right, to wherever. If we fall, then it will probably come back to retest support levels, and in this case I drew this to the T, and I said place your buy order because we might bounce back, and guess what happened? We bounced back. We came back here and then we bounced. So this was all posted on Discord. This was the previous chart where I said if we make this pattern and try to rise above it and can't, short it, but it did not happen. Okay, it did not happen, so you can safely cancel your shorts at the time. If you had this set up, it's a safe play. You just caught the bottom and the top if you followed my double sword setup. Let's talk about
silence is very important.
I think I'll make a live video showing this to the folks that are interested, but this is a sure way to make sure that you do not miss an opportunity when it happens. Apologize, I'm not feeling too well these days. But yeah, and this, I mean, what else is there to say? When we fell, I was watching this, someone sent me this chart over here, and the ring boy talking about capitulation. I'm seeing a consolidation zone over here. The ring, he kept moving it to the side. It officially originally started over here, and he's like, it's over when we bounced. I mean, he'll keep moving it. He'll keep moving it. I don't know. Just a quick note. This chart over here, guys, it's too complex. I don't want you to learn what any of this means. I want you to trade simply, safely, and precisely. Okay, this is too much noise. This is designed to make you be dependent on this person's charts, because obviously this is a skill. This is a skill. But I mean, painting dicks on a canvas realistically in all their glory is also a skill, but who wants to see that? Not me. There's no point to this complex. I mean, you're just looking at support resistances, you're looking at signals, and you have way higher probabilities to catch a trade if you're trading it the normal way. Now, on MarketSpy, for example, this is a minute chart. There will be a quick update where, just like MarketCypher, we will have these triangles identical to the ones on MCA. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, I don't know, might be something you need, but these are basically points of the EMA ribbons crossing in a particular way to create these purple triangles that tell you that there's potentially a reversal in the making. The price is attempting to reverse. The orange triangles in the future update will represent bottom catchers. They are designed to approximate or tell you that we are near or at the bottom. However, false positives are inevitable, and you will come across some of them, but this is just a recent example. On the 1 minute chart, I'm seeing a lot of people on our Discord telling me that they love to scalp. Nothing wrong with that, but hopefully we'll make an addition to assist you in your scalping journey. I mean, if you're talking about scalping, you're looking to make like this much, right? $40, $60, $80 move and you're out. You don't want to be holding it for too long because 1 minute chart is too noisy. But hey, you got your blue dots firing off. I mean, the only way you can lose money is if you over leverage people. Do not do that to yourselves. Look at this. We're at the bottom over here. We have the blue signal. We have a couple of warning signs over here. We have a reversal happening and we jump above the baseline, the VWAP purple line, and we're off to go. We have the 2 triple dot signal over here. I mean, you can't lose money. You can't lose money here, but a signal over here. Let's see if it plays out. So far it has already played out a little bit over here on the 5 minute, but we'll have to wait and see if these are reliable. There's another gray triangle over here. It's a passive entry. Yellows are more like an aggressive entry. So you have your triangles. This will be in the update that's to come, and it's pretty good. It's pretty on point. It just gives you that extra confidence when taking a trade. They're nowhere to be found over here. Then they start to appear over here at the bottom. This is the 5 minute chart, so we're looking for, here they are. So the gray triangles, denim, navy triangles over here, they appear at the bottoms, okay, of whatever the algorithm thinks is the bottom according to calculations, like over here for example, right? Orange triangle. So these things will hopefully assist people who are trading on lower time frames so that they can be more confident. So far we're not seeing any false positives. Every time there's like a nice potential reversal or an impulse up, they kind of tell you, they warn you up ahead. So there we go. So far this deserves to be called the magic indicator of all of those indicators that are available right now. There is such thing, people. You gotta believe it. All right, so quickly, once again, people, I give a signal like this, right? You place, if you're trading on BitMEX, for example, you place your stop, market stop limit, stop buy, sorry, and market stop loss over here. And if the price jumps up, then you catch the ride. If the price goes down, you catch the ride. It's pretty simple. I give you levels, when to exit precisely. We came down here, we came back up. I wish I had the chart to show you where we are right now. Oh yeah, I do have the chart. Here it is. I drew it on BitMEX, I forgot. There you go. So look how price action followed my squiggly line over here. Now what's happening is that we're testing the trend line from which we fell out yesterday. That made me conclude that we should short over here, and we shorted. Excuse me. And price came back up. Now you also had a signal right at the bottom over here. If you have MarketSpy, you had your green pulse appear on 15 minutes. That's all you ever needed. Then we went high up above the baseline, and we are where we are right now. The flag told you to exit your position just to be safe. So I really hate it when people tell me they lost money. I got a couple of DMs from people telling me they lost, and it has nothing to do with MarketSpy or our strategy. It has everything to do with greed, impatience, lower time frames, and over leveraged positions. 50x or 100x. You can trade 10x safely, but make sure that you have a strong probability set up. Okay? But your signal was here, the money was waiting for you. My lines, I expect us to. This is invalid. This is invalidated now. The yellow line, the probability setup that we had last night that I posted to Discord is no longer here. Okay, I said if we rise above here, you long, and that would have been profitable. And if we fall below here, you short and you exit over here. I posted the levels also successfully, like sniper shit. We hit this like pinpointed, and then we came back up. And the reason the squiggles, these lines are like this, is because we are breaking down or breaking out of these triangles, and then we come back to retest them and see if we can rise back up against them, above them, sorry. So right now we're hitting it so cleanly, it's scary. These lines, draw your ley lines, people. They will help you. They're magic. They are magic. You need to draw your diagonal lines. Now this thing over here, Haikanashi, as you know, when you see a clean shaven candle without any hairs sticking out of its butt from the back, we are in a good nice little micro trend. On the 1 hour, it's pretty nice. Go above the baseline, and then you're looking to retest. And yesterday, one of our users, Papa Soma, I think his name is, what a nice dude, he's been helping out everyone left and right, talking about how, I like how he mentioned that if we broke something down, these levels, when we're coming back to them, assume that we will not go higher when longing. When shorting, sorry, music. When shorting, assume that we will not go lower than our previous bottom. And so you're riding these little waves over here. Now, after every time we take profit and we are successful in our trade, we have to reevaluate. So we cannot keep the old setup. So all this junk over here, this line will remain until further notice, because if we cross back up out of this trend line and stay above it, then there could be some interesting action happening above us. However, this is the decisive moment right now, folks. You can see precisely what the levels are. 11,970, about there. The Heiken Ashi candles on the 1 hour are indecisive right now. The market is not deciding. So we can see that the open interest over here is at 970 million. And we have more longs now, because the predicted funding rate in 9 hours on BitMEX is 0.11%. That's nuts. That's crazy. I think people, unless we're going to the moon, nobody would want to pay 0.11. So they will start closing their positions in 9 hours. Now, where will we be in 9 hours? This video is not here to analyze the trend. It's here to tell you about the setup. But let's say my line plays out and we fail to break above it. Let's see what's going on 1 hour currently. So it looks like we're curving down. It looks like we are curving down on MSX. Money flow is increasing. It was here, now it's here. From minus 18 to minus 2.6. And it looks like it's forming a nice little ambitious. We'll see. We'll see. It's still wide open. The momentum could continue, or it could sharply fall. And if it creates a link like this, then we're definitely, this momentum swing over here will, from this point to this point, this momentum swing, if we set a lower low and go higher high over here, that will bring us much higher this time. I think we will attempt to go to 12,500, 12,300. Okay, at least for the first for the time being. So it's important to kind of like assess the probability here. Use Armageddon candle augmentation tool to set your levels. They're drawn here for you. Sorry. But I would like to say this. The money flow is thin, but is getting back up there above the zero line. We are above the baseline also, and the VWAP. Finally, we just came back into it again. This is the line that's playing out over here. So, will we fall down to this 21 moving average on the 1 hour? And go up? This momentum will take us higher in this case. It will. What's the title of this video anyways? What are we doing? Bitcoin sniper hits. Oh yeah, the double sword strategy. So it's as simple as that. Hopefully, let's not make it long. Folks can understand what I mean by here. Upon a retest of previously broken support, we are allowed to short, but there are conditions, and those conditions dictate the future outcome. Now, I want you to pay attention to, let's go to 5 minutes, to these levels that Armageddon paints for you, like these support, resistance. It doesn't matter what they're labeled, but they're here for you. And let's just say that every time there's a level, it gets hit. So as you're trading now, if you're not sure, when we come back down to this level over here, the middle, which is a pivot or profit level, however you want to treat it, when it comes back down to here, this crossing line, just like we saw here, if you're let's see, if you mapped out your zones of support and resistance previously, for example, right on the 5 minute, now once you have these levels set up, you can easily, for example, not go all in here, but use them as points of limit orders if you think for certain we're going up. So a lot of you have your own strategies, but if you're longing, you don't want to be longing from the current price point. You want to place your longs down below, but also make sure that you're not placing your longs at resistance. So you can't place your long here unless I tell you to in our Discord, because there's uncertainty above us. We don't know if we can long here because we're just coming back. This is not a trend continuation. This is a retest of a previously broken pattern over here. We fell out. You see how we're hitting the roof? And so we must see if we keep hitting this and then eventually break down into another Bart Simpson over here, kind of like what was going on over here, for example, or I don't know, doesn't happen on the 1 hour as often, but or we break above it, you still don't long, we come back a little bit, we hold, and we post 1, 2, 3 higher highs, then you can long. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then for sure you can long, but you have to wait for these zigzags to play out. As a matter of fact, this is why MSAR had those zigzag lines implemented, telling you how to do it, how to spot the highs and the lows. If you cannot do it visually, it's there for you. But yeah, it's very unfortunate that people manage to lose money. Do not over leverage your positions. People, do not over leverage your positions. We failed to break above this. We're certainly going to continue following my squiggle line over here. And the likelihood of that happening is, at least on the 1 hour, you can see how volume is declining, but so is the price. So is the price. The price is actually not rising. It's been declining. And this would be something that I can consider being bullish on the 1 hour. You can go to 4 and see that we are in the, this candle is quite bullish. It's clean. Buyers stepped in over here, bounced off of this green line over here. And now we're trying to come back above this trend line within the next 1 hour remaining. Let's see. I don't know, man. I don't know. This kind of looks eerily similar to these previous two peaks over here. So let's see how it goes, but we're about to curve up. From the looks of it, we're being bounced off of the bullish support on the RSI. Our power zones are telling us that we're not in the, we're ranging and bouncing between bullish zones. On 4 hours, closing in 20 minutes, and the opening candle will of course determine if we are to continue or break down. We're still wide open. The vein is blue. It's looking good. So I say we have a good chance. We have a very good chance to close above here and go even higher. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be another one of these, and then break out. This is a classic pattern, the triangle pattern. 1, 2, 3. The wicks are a little bit funky, but we can expect maybe one more dump to the downside, and then we'll definitely break out at that point. Or we go here, close above it, bounce off of it, and go higher. Either way, I am not trading in these zones right now. My positions closed since yesterday's dump, and I did not long the bottom because I was sleeping. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit back here and wait for this to play out. And when I come back, I gotta go to the doctor, get checked out. But when I come back, I'm going to do a proper analysis and review of a couple of strategies that I use, and also the tools that I use to execute trades. One of them is okay. So on the 1 minute, we have the bottom catcher over here and the green dot. So let's see if this actually plays out now. The Christmas tree. This is for you 1 minute people. You see how the momentum is going to take us high a little bit. You can go to BitMEXC, for example. You can put a small order like this, and you can say quick buy limit, order submitted. I'll show you like a little so longing blindly on the green dot. Missed the bottom, didn't we? Usually when you see the green dot, it is better to place your orders. There's barely any volume here. It is better to place your orders below where you're entering and hope that it gets. See, we had like a nice reversal over here, another indication that we could potentially see a little bounce to the upside. Now, if your limit order does not get filled, don't worry about it. I would say wait for it to come back to order books. Whatever exchange you're on, you're looking at the order books. Well, in order to save money, you want to use the normal limit orders across these exchanges. Where are we? Small momentum. So you can see money flow is actually leaving. Probably a good idea to not right over here. See, you use some tools for confirmation. If you're a scalper, you're like, okay. And this is why when you see the dot, you place your orders just below, but there's barely any volume right now here in this. So I would say this is a no trade zone. You want to scalp when we're like ranging with nice good volume. There's barely anything here. So be careful. Just walk away. There's no need to stick around and do it, because most likely you'll end up burning yourself, especially on high leverage. I mean, there will always be a good setup for you to come your way. I think these new updates are ready to be published soon. Thank you, Ian. I haven't looked at the at ADA, but from the looks, jeez, that's nasty. That is nasty. Honestly, I don't think how low can it go, man? Can't long it anyways. I think it'll probably break down. There's nothing that's holding it. Like there's a fly zone through here, like if it breaks down. It could go lower. 0.049. I think it'll touch the bottom of these wicks. Looks like it. If you look at the macro on the daily for ADA, this shit can go to 4 cents, 0.043, right about there. But yeah, that's a very strong momentum down, and I don't think it'll just pop and reverse. However, we have an anchor being formed over here, so I think a little bit lower. And when this link is complete, something magical can happen. RSI is curving up on the daily, so I don't know. Be careful. All I'm saying is that there's some juice left to be squeezed out of the short. But we had these nice, there was a link over here, so judging off the previous price action here, it's been in a downtrend for a while, so yeah, just a little bit, maybe below 5 to 4.9, 0.049 or something like that. Still good money leveraged, but the volume is, or has been, increasing, and the price is falling, and there's nothing bullish about that on the daily. But on weekly, the sell pressure has been going down. And the price has been going down. That's a bullish sign. Weekly. Like, very bullish. However, you can still keeps going. Yeah, I think it'll go lower. And it will go lower. On the weekly, we are literally just starting to enter the bearish support on the RSI. Yeah, still a little bit of juice left to go down, but overall, I'll be very, very careful. We're in a capitulation of altcoins, so I don't know how much lower they can go. But daily's been oversold for a couple of days now on Bitcoin. Two-source strategy. You know what? I have so many people, well, not so many, but quite a few of them who have come through and asked me questions or complain about losing money or whatnot. It happens to the best of us, first of all. Second of all, this whole whale platoon thing, I might open it up to the public, and because people seriously need help, and locking this away is not helping anyone. So I'd rather share my setups and charts and signals and proper setups out in the open. And if it helps people, maybe they'll have some good faith in my system and finally start trading with their Bybits. And it's my fault I haven't made a Bybit tutorial, a proper one. There are tons of them on the internet, but all of them are created in the self-interest of the creator. Let's just put it that way. But I'll do a video on Bybit. I'll show you. I've set up my public account in both BitMEXC and Bybit to show you the differences, and hopefully you will be able to. Oh, come on, what happened over here? You will be able to trade successfully, because one more message. See, so it's not able to break back inside of our but still, these are not decisive candles. We need decisive candles that are like a clear sell-off candle. So just wait for it. Could be a little bull flag. Could be a little bull flag over here. No trade zone currently. No trade zone. Alright guys, I promise you Bybit video is going to be done tonight. Hopefully the doc will give me some good meds to fix me up a little bit. I feel horrible. But I tried my best. If you took last night's trade, you're golden. The double sword strategy, people, look into it. I'll open up the trading floor and the platoon for all to take part in. I'm just not sure if people are actually taking those trades because those are damn precise. They have been for the longest time now, so I don't know. But people need help and we'll help them out along the way. Until then, probably come back later tonight for another stream. Update you on the market conditions, but I do not have a setup right now besides what I already shared, and we closed our trade, this little short. All these 6 candles we took home. I missed this one because I was asleep, and all I'm gonna say is that if we go above here, like impulse up, come back down, you should be longing at 12k. Simple as that. I'm not even joking. Like, if we go down below and this bullish flag comes true and we go like this, that's your 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be longing the 12k over here. Well, not exactly, it could be like this, but still, as long as we have these lower low, lower higher, higher low, and even higher high on the 1 hour, noisy as shit. 1 hour candles are noisy also. But if you have that, you're looking for longs, consult with MarketSpy. I'm sure you'll find something there after the dip. And the reason I'm saying this is because we have a momentum on the 1 hour that's going to bring us down over here like this. Even if it's like this, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying a link is in the making, and as long as it's not below heck, even if it is, but then we're looking at no, that's dangerous because there's a probability of a bottom. It could be a nice little setup. This could be a head and shoulders thing happening here. I don't know, but watch the 1 hour if you're impatient to make the trade, and watch how the sell volume is not picking up and we're kind of like consolidating. This is kind of a little bit bullish. So if we do this like this, you will long 12k and catch a $200, $500 move up, $100 move up. It doesn't matter, but have your conditionals set. If however we cannot rise above here, no impulse, maybe a little bit, then we're following this line over here, and most likely like this even, to form an M pattern, because the baseline is somewhere around here, 11,600, 700, and so you can catch this little right over here on the dump, which is likely given our momentum indication, and then when we come back down here, you can assess further whether you want to long the link that is going to happen on MSX, or we're just gonna go down lower. As long as we're posting a higher low, we're eyeing to long. Okay? That's all. Very simple. And if you lose money trading the double sword strategy, then I don't know, man. All right, guys, I'll see you. Talk to you in the evening time. Lionheart, thank you so much, guys. Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to the screen, but I've watched about 10 Bybit videos, but still been unsure best way to place an order with all the right settings. Exactly. People are telling you click here to place an order. But how, where, and below which candles, that's also important. And I will also talk about when the pulse appears, for example, how you should, for maximum efficiency, place your order when the pulse appears. Let's see, it appeared over here, right? I'm gonna zoom in to make my case clear. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. So we see the green dot and it appears on this candle. And you're like, cool, I'm buying. And you market buy it. Not a good idea. You should scale your orders below it. Not all at once, not your one fat order over here, but scale it down and don't be greedy. 3-4 of your rungs get picked up, and they will get picked up. You see this needle over here? It's the people who do not understand momentum and don't see it who get screwed over here. But you, while they're liquidating others with these little wicks, those people who place their stops over here or down below, you are placing your buy orders in the stop area in this zone. So when you see the green dot, make sure you scale in $20 difference and increase the order size. So for example, $1,000 here, 2,000 here, 4,000 here, 8,000 here, 16,000 here, and like 50,000 here. Okay, so if these get scooped up, you'll still have a nice little position to go up. Okay, and still be safe, and hold your position, wait for this to develop, and off we go. Just don't go all in on every one of these signals. The flags are monstrous in a downtrend, but as you can see, since this bounce over here, we've been in a little uptrend, right? So they are take money flags, not short the damn thing. All right, guys, see you soon. I gotta leave right now.